best day everyone. Our topic is all about scope of forestry extension and methods of forestry extension. So now, what is that forest extension talk about? In recent years, a number of different terms have been used to describe the basic activities of forestry extension. This diversity of terms has not necessarily verified the issues. Extension should be regarded as a process of integrating indigenous and derived knowledge, attitude, and skills to determine what is needed, how it can be done, what local cooperation and resources can be mobilized. In this publication, the term forestry extension is used to cover any situation in which local people are directly and willingly involved in forestry and forest activity.
And now this is our topic, scope of forestry extension. The need strong extension programs are filled in the following three core areas. These are agroforestry. It is the land management system that suits many of the degraded and denuded land bases the best. Many agroforestry systems integrated woody perennial including forestry shrubs, fruits and nuts, yielding trees, green manure along with annual crops.
Agroforestry, thus, is a genetic term given to sustainable land use system which involves interacting associations of agricultural, horticultural, pastoral crops, and woody furnaces on the same unit of land. Identifying suitable multipurpose tree species yielding one or more of the products mentioned above is an ordinal aspect of agroforestry.
So in a large number of indigenous multipurpose tree species that are commonly grown in the homesteads of Kerala may perhaps satisfy many of these considerations. So an effective transfer of the technology already available on agroforestry and or generation of new technologies relevant to our ecoclimate situations, particularly concerned with the design and management of sound agroforestry, so therefore should receive a great deal of attention. So perhaps forestry extension activities are to be planned for every Pancayat in collaboration with the extension set up of the State Departments of Agriculture and Rural Development.
Methods of extension. In general, these fall into three main categories. They are mentioned here very briefly and are discussed in detail is section 8 and 9 of this publication.
So, these are the three main categories, the individual contact, mass contact, and the group contact. Individual contact. A most effective way of bringing about change is through individual contact in the home or the workplace in people. So any one of us can disseminate the information bisag asa na place or bisag kinsa. So this has the problem. In selecting suitable person for such contact in the limited number of people who can be contacted within a given period and the possibility that this may give rise to feelings of neglect or even of jealousy among some members of the community who cannot be included in the program.
So, as a continuation, this is Vanessa Yu Api, and now I'm going to share you about my part, and my topic is all about group contacts. So group contacts is a method designed to assess specific groups, such as farmers, producers, or users of forest produce, women's or youth groups. So group contacts is becoming increasingly important as an extension procedure. So in a group contacts, it have an advantages because not only may information be presented or techniques demonstrated to several people, usually with common interests at a one time, but also discussion can take place, also comments or suggestions can be offered by the group and questions from the both sides can be asked and answered. So in a group context, it helps listener more easier because we can do brainstorming and share some ideas at the same time. So, we all know that lahi ra gyud ang group contacts to individual contacts. Kaya ang group contacts daghan mo. So, in a group, maka-brainstorm mo different ideas and in that ideas, makagain mo question and ma-answer po in that group. So, na siya advantages. So, in this case, we move easier and stimulate group members to join action from the said problem. So, that's all my part. Thank you.
Mass contact. In this case, contact is more tetanus. It is achieved mainly through the various means of mass communication, such as printed matter, broadcast, or audiovisual presentation. The lack of different contact makes it difficult to assess if the message has been properly received and understood by the audience, and more difficult to modify to suit any particular groups of people or areas of the country.
So this is all our topic about the scope of forest extinction and the methods of forest extinction. Thank you for